The Daikin SUT comes in many different shapes and sizes. Tank size can vary, motor size, pump size, but if you're working with the same series, typically your controller will be the same. If you're unsure what model you have, over on the right side you will find a tag with model number and serial number. That information is important if you're calling in for technical support. If you have a red sticker or another sticker over top of the model number, this indicates that this unit has accessories or has been built for a specific application. This CP number or ACU number is also helpful when calling in for technical support. The unit also has the ability to give us a lot of information related to alarms and errors. It can tell us if oil's too low, if temperature is too high, or if our voltage is incorrect. If you have an E41 alarm displayed on your controller, this is an indication that your motor temperature has exceeded 85 degrees Celsius. There are several things we can check to fix this alarm. Remove this cover if you have one. First thing we'll want to do is verify our fans are rotating. We have one fan behind our heat exchanger here, and some models have an additional fan over here if you have a cover. If both fans are rotating, we need to make sure that our heat exchanger is not plugged or clogged with debris. If the fans are okay and the heat exchanger is clean, the next thing we want to check is our motor RPM. We can check our RPM by hitting the menu key, up arrow to N05. This will display the motor RPM minus a 0 in the one spot. So if it shows 35, that's 350 RPM. If it shows 60, that's 600 RPM. Ideally, we want this to be below 35 or 350. If that number has exceeded that, we want to make sure nothing has changed in our circuit, such as a leaking actuator, a valve that's stuck, something that would create an open loop for oil to the tank. The unit will work hard enough to overcome that, and then ultimately generating heat. Ambient temperature can also be a factor. If you've exceeded 104 degrees Fahrenheit in your shop, it's possible, given the cycle times and duties and pressure settings, that it may not be able to overcome that heat. If all of these have been verified, you can check your motor RPM again by deadheading or capping the pump to see if our RPM will decrease. If not, and it still stays high, you may have leakage through the pump and may require replacement of the pump. Once an alarm code or error code has been generated and you've made adjustments to correct the situation, remember that most times you will need to cycle power to reset your alarm. Simply making an adjustment will not reset the alarm. Turn power off, wait for it to discharge 10 or 15 seconds, and then turn power back on to see if your alarm occurs.